Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We are looking at the Lockwood Optimum. The one we're looking at today looked like first generation, but the lock hasn't been out for too long. Basically, customer called, says it's breaking keys, can't open, it's jammed up. Another couple of locksmiths have had a go and they've swapped the cylinder a couple of times, still with no luck. So basically, this is the strip down. We're going to have a look at it and see what we can find out, and take it from there. So this is if your Lockwood Optimum is getting stuck, snapping keys, can't turn the key, basically can't lock, can't open. This repair will help you. Let's get into it. Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. Got called to a job today with a brand new Lockwood lock, this one here, and the customer, on a bifold door, customer says all of a sudden it stopped working, and they've said it's always been very hard. They had another locksmith out here, they put a new cylinder into it, and it's still breaking off keys, as you can see. So I thought, for starters, it might just be the cam. Sometimes if this cam is too big, too short, too fat, it can bind in the lock. So I shortened a little bit and thought I'd try my luck on that. Nothing worked. So then I actually had to drill out the pot rivets to get it out of the door. Once I actually got it on the bench, I can see that there's nothing really wrong with the lock. It looks pretty good. But when I put a screwdriver into it and I push this section here, see this one here? That's what the cam does. It drives that section and then moves it up and down. And when I was actually doing that, I was forcing it, and it was taking so much pressure to actually get that to move. And I'm getting it to move quite well now, and basically that's because I've just taken this brand new lock and flooded it with degreaser. The grease that's inside here is this colourful sort of snotty, custardy type stuff here. That is inside there, if you can see inside there, that is getting right in the mechanism and making it actually not easy to move, but actually harder. So moral of the story is, degreaser, good to have in your truck. Definitely get you out of trouble with a lot of these new locks. This is coming out not just on this Lockwood, I think it's an Optimum, not sure which model this is, but it's not just on this particular type of model. It does happen in a lot of other situations. Commodore ignitions are very common for the grease drying up. Wico Leichhardt, very common for the grease drying up and actually working against the locksmith or working against the lock, and you can feel it in the key. There's other Lockwood locks, Lockwood screen door locks, some of the new ones. They stop working and you hit them with the degreaser and then some silicone spray and they actually come good. So this one here was so strong on the key, when I was pushing it, I could not even get the screwdriver to move. You might be able to see the damage in there. And now I've hit it with the degreaser and I've worked that through. Of course you're going to get degreaser everywhere and it's all over the lock now, but you know, I don't see any other option. But rather than replace the whole lock and charge the customer all that money, a good degrease and re-lubricant. I do have some other lubricants here too. I went to Super Cheap Auto and I got this one here, white lithium grease. That sounds like an adventure. I also have this stuff here, brake parts cleaner. I might, spray a bit of that in there too. Why not? I also have carburetor cleaner too, which I didn't bring, but here's another one, silicone spray lubricant. Now these are all $5–10 cans, but in this type of scenario here, I'll hit it with the degreaser, then I might hit it with the carburetor cleaner, see what I can kind of flush out there, wrap a tissue around it, put it on an angle for a little while, and then this lithium grease stuff is it kind of goes everywhere. It's pretty strong sort of stuff. I don't know what it's going to look like after the heat gets to it and stuff like that. As where some of the other ones like the silicone spray, I'm fairly confident that's not going to give us too much trouble in the future. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Perfectly good lock that I had to drill off the door, drill the pot rivets off the door, get it open, and the problem is grease from the manufacturer on a brand new product. So a little bit annoying. So I mean, other people might have come up against it and just said I'll replace something in the lock, and you look at this lock, it's got rivets on here. You can't get these rivets out. You can try bending this, bending that, but you don't really need to bend anything. I mean, the lock is pressed together, riveted over. You've got no real choice. But it's amazing It's amazing. One squirt of my $2 degreaser, and look at this. So I'll put my cylinder back in here. Oh, like it should be. Like it should be. Anyway, if you come across that problem, degreaser. Thanks for watching.